welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Neff.
I'm Edward Lewis.
Wow,
Back.
Edward is back.
Try to get me
the
off.
Ultimate duo is back.
But I'm back.
Charlie Cotton he had to go do a bunch of camera work today, so Edward is filling in, which we're very grateful for.
Always love this.
We have a lot of big topics to go over today. We're going to be starting with Sydney Sweeney. Remember how we told you that her and her ex-fiancé broke up and she was living her single life? Well, she has reunited with her ex-fiancé, and we'll tell you all about that. Meghan Markle is also revealing a huge health battle in the first episode of her podcast. We'll tell you exactly what she said. And lastly, Bill Belichick, our favorite grandpa, who's dating a 24-year-old, is now hanging out with a pretty big celebrity.
Yep.
We'll tell you all about that too.
Yep.
But starting out with Sydney Sweeney, we got photos of her out with her ex-fiancé, Jonathan Davino, in LA. It appeared like she was not trying to be seen. She was wearing a hoodie. She had it over her head. And by the way, it's been kind of warm lately. So to wear a hoodie in LA right now is bizarre.
It was in the Valley? Where was this part of LA?
It was Beverly Glen.
It certainly
They
wasn't.
were at the Beverly Glen.
It's not West Side,
sandwich.
though. Anytime you go east of the 405, it's warmer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
true. So they were at a deli together, and they even sat on the patio, just them two and their dog. Their dog Tank was there. I don't know what their situation is with their dog. I thought maybe they're hanging out because they're working out like custody for their pet. But why would they go out, sit together on the patio where they could be seen, and then leave together? They also arrived together, by the way. And I don't know. They might be working it out. It's kind of sticky.
I hope we have time on this podcast because I want to dive into this for like the next 30 minutes.
What's your take?
So, first of all, the whole relationship made zero sense to me.
What do you mean?
Well, Sydney Sweeney, became famous for being this sex icon who
can't be married?
No. Hang on. Who not only plays the flirt in every role that she's in, but off camera she plays the flirt in every role she's in. I
like the Glenn Powell rumors.
And then there was another one where her co-star, or I don't even know if it was a co-star, it was just some incredibly attractive man was putting her on his shoulder as part of a TikTok, and then obviously the Euphoria stuff with Jacob Elordi. There's rumors there. I know obviously you got to separate work from your relationship, but as any sort of man dating that kind of woman and seeing that every day on every tabloid, I have no idea how this relationship even lasted as long as it reportedly did.
Wow, Edward slamming the relationship.
I mean, could you even obviously you as much as you try,
it would be tough.
As much as you try to okay, this is an actress, this is her job. She is still very, very young. You know what I mean? It's not like you're dating Angelina Jolie or something or somebody that's in the business a long time.
Woman.
Yeah, and you just know that this is all a game. Man, at 24, you could be easily swayed, especially by Glenn Powell. It's built from granite. So anyway, I'm shocked at how long this lasts. I can't put myself in his shoes, and I'm a pretty secure guy. I think I'm very confident. I would just be I can't do this anymore.
Are you confident?
I cannot see my girlfriend being hoisted onto some Hercules shoulders. So anyway, So
why do you think they obviously did break up? She has been living a single life. She was on a safari
lived in a hotel for 2
months.
no sign of him.
Going to parties and events.
Postponed the wedding. We all knew it was
postponed the wedding. Deleted photos of him.
Never happened yet.
Hung out with Emily Ratajkowski over the weekend.
Saw that.
Yeah.
That was a photo.
Settle down. Settle down. Put your tongue back in your mouth.
But anyways.
But now she's hanging out with him again.
That's the other part of this. Is so bizarre. So the breakup you could see coming from a million miles away. It was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
But now, why are they rekindling in this fashion where she clearly does not?
So you do think it's a rekindling? You don't think they're trying to work things out?
What else could it be?
Well, we got photos of him at a construction site of a house that she bought.
Okay.
So it seems like maybe, they were engaged. They weren't just in a relationship.
Right.
And usually when you take the step to engagement, there's more serious ties.
Right.
So maybe there's things they have to figure out, even the custody of the dog, like I mentioned. That's a thing.
Okay. So, but first of all, this has been obviously months since they've broken up, right? She's been living in the Beverly Hills Hotel, or we'd reported that she was living there for months. So First of all, that should already been adjudicated, in my opinion. Like, why do we need 3 months later?
Maybe they needed a break from each other, and now they're circling
Okay,
back.
I'll ride with you on that hypothesis. But at this time, though, why do we go out in public in the middle of Los Angeles and sit outside
On
and
the
take our
patio.
highly recognizable dog? By the way, that dog is all over Sydney's Instagram. So
Yeah.
it's like it's not. This is a. You want to be seen, but you don't. Like, I know she obviously had her hood up and sunglasses
Yeah, and they
on,
looked mad to see the paparazzi.
but it's clear that, like, you don't mind being seen because you're sitting on the patio in Beverly Hills, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, as an A-list celebrity, when there's TMZ tours driving by and stuff, like,
So, do you think there's a possibility this is them, like, talking again?
I don't think there's any other thing, especially because they showed up together, they left together, you know what I mean? It
Right.
wasn't like two separate cars, and the dog, obviously, that tells me that they were probably hanging out together and, like, let's bring the dog for a walk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not, if it was some sort of like, hey, I got to go meet my girlfriend and talk to my ex-girlfriend and talk about how I'm getting my sweaters back. I'm not bringing the pup and, like, you know what I mean? We're getting coffee and we're getting this done, you know? So
I mean, there has to be love there
But
for
again,
them to, like, return back to
shoot,
each other.
it definitely does, because this dude just went through this whole mess with her of watching her
Yeah.
flirt in real life and on camera. Nude scenes with men. I mean, I couldn't. There has to be something there. So,
But
anyways,
he also helped produce that movie she had with Glenn Powell.
Sure.
So he's in the business
Sure.
as well. So I'm sure he gets it. And maybe that's why their relationship
right. That's what I mean.
stood the
Yeah.
test of time for
So I'm sure
for that
from her
moment.
end it feels great too, because she's probably every guy that she's gone out with, or I would assume every guy she's gone out with, you know, is with her for being Sydney Sweeney, and
Yeah.
it seems like he
Was there from the beginning before she
and
became
didn't necessarily
famous.
care that she's a sex icon now,
Yeah.
you know. So I'm sure there's probably a sweet spot for that. But at the same time, man, bravo to this relationship.
Wow.
I could not.
Are
it
you sad
could not be me.
that you couldn't slide in right now?
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
men?
absolutely. Sydney Sweeney is amazing.
Moving on to Meghan Markle. So she's got a new podcast called Confessions of a Female Founder. First episode came out and she got really candid about like all her health stuff. So remember, she had 2 kids with Prince Harry, and she talked about how after she had the kids, she got a serious health condition, which is on here somewhere. Postpartum preeclampsia, which is very uncomfortable, apparently, very painful. It feels like indigestion or heartburn. You get this sometimes women get this after having children. And she talks about how she was diagnosed with this. It's a serious condition characterized by high blood pressure and protein in the urine, can potentially lead to seizures. And she talked about how painful it was, how scary it was having the condition, but also having to navigate public responsibilities. Like, I think too, like, even here, like if you have like a little cold, it feels like a struggle having to go through your
Sure.
regular day of work just with
Sure.
like a little cold. So I can't imagine having something like so serious and like having to go through like still like all the public appearances that you're making, or,
Yep.
you know, she's been filming her Netflix show. She's been trying to do other things as well.
What-
And then not open up about it.
What I truly feel bad for here is the public perception of Meghan Markle is so negative
So negative.
that
Yeah.
like I don't know if anybody has empathy for her here, and I'm not necessarily
Sad.
saying that's me. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Maybe like the mom community.
I'm in sports, so I don't get it. But man, every time we bring up Meghan Markle in newsroom or in a meeting, it is just arrows drawn and just fire
Yeah.
away. And to some
You
extent, it's
either
deserved.
love her or hate her.
It appears to be deserved. I mean, they appear to go to every sort of crisis and look at me and take tours, and it feels very, I don't know, gross in my opinion. But like, she's dealing with this major health issue, and I bet you if you candidly polled a lot
Twitter
of people,
posts and
there's a
stuff.
lot of people that I don't think would be empathetic towards, and I feel bad. I mean, these people live these famous lives, and obviously you have like these amazing perks that come with them. I mean,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like, she can't be sick and have somebody be like, that sucks. You know what I
Right.
mean? There's a lot
I
of
don't
people that
think
are
there's gonna be
not.
somebody that, like, already hates Meghan that's going to, like, change from this
Right. If
revelation.
anything, I think people like suck it up, and
Right.
that's
Like, you chose this life, you didn't need to be in the public
right.
eye, you don't need to go do all these
Right.
photo ops.
Yeah, it's you know, you feel bad. The dark side of celebrity, I think, is she's like the poster woman for it, man. Like you get everything up here, but man, you get all this over here.
Yeah.
Anytime they even do something nice, you know what I mean? Like
True.
it's always looked at through something bad. They have a Netflix show, and everybody's like, well, it's
Have you watched it at all?
Never. No, I don't.
She is
The
like
Royals don't do much for me.
she's trying to be like the next Martha Stewart, which granted she did have like a website, a blog back in the day called The Tig that was like very much that. Like, you know, all about like cooking or
Yeah.
like cute kitchen stuff, like, you know, that kind, like the homemaker. And so now it's a TV show, but people are comparing her to like Gwyneth Paltrow, like trying to step in like Martha Stewart's
Sure.
space. And watching it, I mean, it's weird because when I watched the documentary she had with Harry, I was like, I kind of get it. I kind of like their love. And then when I watched like even her with this like homemaking show, I kind of liked it too. But other people that watched it were like, oh
That's what I
no,
mean,
this
yeah.
girl is not
People hate
authentic.
these people.
Yeah, like hate them.
yeah.
But I will say, like, I also don't care for some of the things that they've said. Like,
Agreed. I totally
remember
agree.
they try to like
They bring it on
say-
themselves too a little bit, you know, like
Well, they tried to say that like the royal family was racist, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I
And then
remember
when
that, yeah.
Harry was asked about it later, he's like, "We never said
right,
she was
backtracked on
racist."
that. Yeah.
Like, and it was just like,
Sure.
wait, what?
Yeah,
Like, own what you said. And maybe they never said it blatant,
right.
but like the insinuation was
Mhm, mhm.
there.
And they do
he's like,
seem to
oh,
do a
the
lot of
media said
Clout
that.
chasing as
What?
well. And I get it.
I don't know. It's like stuff like that. Yeah. And like
Right.
visiting the Altadena, like fire
Mhm.
destruction when like others couldn't
Even the people
access
that
that
had-
lived there,
that
their
lived
house
there.
burned down.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
that I didn't like
Right,
either.
right.
So I
So,
get
yeah.
some of the
It's
controversy.
it sucks. Like she's like, I'm sick, and everybody's like, who cares? It's like, oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
What a sad life. So
Moving
But-
on to Bill Belichick.
to another couple, Bill Belichick,
Another odd couple.
72, I believe, years old, dating Jordon Hudson, 24 years old. We've
Oh
covered
my
it numerous times in this podcast. Well,
I can't believe this relationship has lasted
it's-
this long for us
oh
to
man,
come back
and
months later and talk about it.
It's like next level. Like she is not only like his girlfriend, but she's like his agent, his manager.
Oh my
They've
gosh.
obtained some of his emails from UNC. He's the coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels now, which we'll get into in just a second. And obviously that's public record, you know, when he sends
Mm-hmm.
emails. And in one of his emails, he directed some people to make sure that they CC Jordan on his emails.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
wow.
Like, so she is not only his lover, but she's like
I
entrenched.
feel like he's in love with this girl.
In so many ways, like
Yeah.
business manager, agent, my lover, my 24-year-old like piece, I guess.
Oh
Like,
my
you know what I mean?
gosh.
But anyway, so
if she sold like a love potion, everybody would buy it.
in further, like, I guess proof that this couple is real, Lil Wayne visited Bill Belichick's UNC practice.
What's the connection there?
This is what college does now. Are you familiar with
Okay.
NIL, name, image, and likeness? Everybody's
No.
trying to sell something, and you need kids to come to your school, and
Yeah.
and you need to pay kids to come to your
You're
school
trying to look
now.
cool.
And
The
everything's
school's
about
trying to
being
look cool.
cool. Yeah, like if you notice, you see a bunch of
But do
cringe.
kids know who Lil Wayne is?
Yeah, of
I hate to
course.
say that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like he
He's
was
not-
iconic in a
He's
millennial
not like
era.
dinosaur like rapper.
Yeah.
Like
It's been a while since he's had a song.
Yeah, I mean he's still enough. But anyway, so he was doing some sort of appearance at UNC. I'm sure Bill asked of a favor. Everybody knows everybody in that community, and
They really
celebrity-
rolled out the red carpet for
Yeah,
him,
and
too.
so they brought him out and did some stuff, and then obviously Jordan is there, Jordon Hudson, and she takes a picture with him and Bill and a witty
What
caption
a trio.
of I know for real, it's 24-year-old Bill Belichick, Lil Wayne, rap legend, and 17-year-old grandpa.
It's like all
NFL
three different
coach.
generations.
Yeah, and she made some witty caption about how they need to drop a diss track and blah
Oh
blah
my
blah. Just
gosh.
super cringe, but yeah, I mean this relationship is going nowhere anytime soon. You know what I mean? Like we all thought it was like cute and funny, and
Like,
she is
do you
becoming
think they're
a
going to get
massive
married?
star. There's some speculation that the ring she has in her hand is an engagement ring.
Oh my
so
gosh.
it appears that way. At the very least, I don't think like there's been talk that she's going to take over the cheerleading program there. So
Oh, I'm okay with that. She was a cheerleader, wasn't she?
yeah, she still is. She's a competitive cheerleader. Yeah, so like
Oh.
she's gonna take over the cheerleading program at UNC. She's his agent. Like I think this woman's about to be on the precipice of like A-list stardom, you know, and
Yeah.
and Bill's like,
But I will say, Bill
right.
seems
He
very
does.
happy.
He does. They both seem to be getting what they want out of the relationship.
Yeah, right. What do you think she's trying to get out of it, Edward?
Well, Bill, but fame.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Bill. He's awesome. But yeah, I think there's
Alright.
the fame that comes with him is good too.
Anything else going on with you, Edward?
Coachella this weekend.
Oh, that's right.
Cannot wait.
What day are you leaving?
Thursday night after traffic dies down, I'll drive out.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
Yeah,
I was
what
going to meet up with you
Yeah, I
guys for
know,
like
you
the
were supposed to,
parties,
yeah.
but we bought that house and I'm
Yeah.
just busy.
Uh,
I'm busy selling things on Facebook Marketplace.
oh, wow. I've done that before.
What?
Yeah.
A disaster.
Really?
That-
I had success on that.
You know what? Sometimes people can be flaky on there, and I also didn't
True.
realize the amount of scams
Yep.
on offer Facebook Marketplace,
Yep.
Craigslist. Like it's the cashier check scam.
I haven't gotten
Have you
that one.
heard of this?
No.
Like there was a guy that had reached out to me about my dining set.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, can you send me photos? Like literally had a conversation with this man
Okay.
for a week.
Okay.
And then at the end he goes, I'm sorry, we're out of town. Can I pay you cashier's check? And my
Oh,
movers
and then
will
they
come pick
pull
it up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cashier's check? I'm like, bro, can you just Venmo or Zelle
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
Like, this is the new age.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no, look it up. Cashier's check, very secure. I do a quick Google search. It's literally like Craigslist, do not fall
Don't
for the
do it, yeah.
cashier check scam.
Because they pull it. Yeah. They write you
I
it,
think
and then-
I think what the scam is that you go try to cash it out.
Yeah, and it's
And they show up and take your junk.
oh.
And then the cashier check doesn't go. So they get your junk for free.
Right. They steal
But
your
like,
stuff,
who
yeah.
wants my junk?
Yeah, I know. And
What
I'm
are you gonna
assuming
do
it
with
can't
my
be any more than
junk?
a couple $100, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's like a stupid scam. But anyways, didn't fall for it. However, since
you.
then, I've seen other people be like, look all interested. And I'm like, please to God, tell me this isn't
Be a real
another
person.
scam.
Yeah. That's
But I've sold some things, so it's been great.
good. Right.
Anyways,
Well,
all right, guys. Well, Edward, thank you so much for joining us
thank you for
today.
having me. Yeah.
All right.
Selling stuff.
We'll catch you guys tomorrow.